Once, there was a man named Job. He lived in a faraway land a long, long time ago. He wasn't just a good man, he was the best of men. The kind of person you'd want as a neighbor. The sort of friend who always remembers your birthday, described as blameless. Upright in all he did. He feared God. He turned away from evil. His heart was pure. His intentions were good. He lived a life that honored his Creator. A faith as steady as the sunrise, as dependable as the changing seasons. Job's life was full, overflowing. A vast green pasture dotted with sheep, camels grazing in the distance, a home filled with the laughter of 10 children, 7 sons, 3 daughters, a man of great wealth. But his true riches, family, and faith, respected by everyone. When he spoke, people listened. Days peaceful, nights untroubled, life a song of blessing and gratitude. Yet beyond that steady faith, no sign of the storm gathering, the calm before a tempest. Then, without any warning, the sky turned dark. The peaceful song of Job's life ended abruptly. One messenger arrived, another messenger arrived, a third messenger arrived. Each one brought news more devastating than the last. First, oxen, gone. Donkeys, gone. Raiders riding off with the herds.
Fire had fallen from the sky.
Sheep, burned. Shepherds, burned. His wealth crumbled like a sandcastle before the tide. Chaldean raiders swept down, camels taken, servants killed. In moments, Job's immense fortune was gone, wiped out, vanished. One day the richest man in the region, the next, left with nothing. The final messenger, his children, feasting at the oldest brother's house. Then a mighty desert tornado slammed the house. It collapsed. They were all gone. Laughter silenced forever. The greatest treasures of his heart taken. He stood up, tore his robe, shaved his head, then fell in worship.
Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
His anchor of faith, though battered, held fast. Just when it seemed things could not possibly get any worse, they did. The storm wasn't over. Job was then struck with a painful physical affliction, sores from foot to crown. He sat in ashes, scraping his wounds. His physical suffering matched his losses. Even his wife, shattered by grief, cried, "Are you still holding on to your integrity? Curse God and die." In utter desolation, 3 friends arrived, Eliphaz, Bildad, Zophar. Seeing him, they wept aloud, tore their robes, and sprinkled dust upon their heads. For 7 days and 7 nights they sat with him in silence, his suffering too great for words. But then they spoke, and comfort turned cold. They believed in a tidy universe, good to the good, bad to the bad. Since calamity came, Job must be hiding sin. Perhaps this was just punishment from God. Their words were salt in open wounds. Job listened, argued, defended his integrity. He cried out in confusion, not rebellion. He questioned God's silence, felt abandoned and misunderstood, even by those defending God, who misrepresented him. Pain unanswered can wound like counsel wrongly given. Job's heart ached for an audience with the Almighty. He felt lost in the silence. He wanted to plead his case. If only I knew where to find him, I would state my case before him. After flawed speeches and desperate pleas, God finally answered, not as expected. He didn't sit in ashes with tidy answers. He spoke from a whirlwind, a storm. No list of reasons, no cosmic exposé. Instead, questions of his own. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Have you given orders to the morning? Have you shown the dawn its place? He spoke of seas and stars, of snow and hail, of lioness and mountain goat, creation's vastness cascading from the whirlwind. God wasn't scolding, he was reorienting, lifting Job's gaze from pain to boundless power. Job saw he'd tried to fit the infinite into a human box.
I know that you can do all things. Surely I spoke of things I did not understand, things too wonderful for me to know.
He had heard of God, now he had seen him. Faith now rooted in encounter, not explanation. So, what can this ancient story teach us today, in 2025, as we navigate our own modern struggles? We may not lose livestock to raiders, but we face our own kinds of losses. The loss of a job, the end of a relationship, the sting of a frightening diagnosis, the slow grief of watching someone slip away. We sit in our own piles of ashes amid the rubble of broken dreams. Job's story gives us permission to be honest, cry out, ask questions, admit we don't understand. Faith isn't doubt-free, it's holding on in doubt. Patience is not passive waiting, it is active trust. He waited through silent days and painful nights, endured poor advice and the agony of his body, yet hope remained. A Redeemer lives. This is the hope we can cling to. In the end, God restored Job, twice as much, a new family, a long, full life. True restoration was deeper knowledge of God, His presence over His presence. If you're in a whirlwind, in ashes, hear this: you are not alone. Your story is not over.